Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds for your live review of the Snooze Fest at Bristol City. 0-0. Overall, very disappointing not to get more than a point in a game where, on paper, I know football's not played on paper, but you're expecting to get a win there. Couple of changes, forced changes, really, when you look at Firpo being out and Ramazani being injured. They had to shift that three behind the striker around, and he chose to leave Solomon on bench and moved on to the left and put Dan James out on the right, which I was buzzing about before kick-off. When I seen that lineup, I was really happy. I'm a big Dan James fan. I think he gives you, a lot of endeavour and obviously his speed. And recently you can see, he's definitely improved in that final third quality-wise. So I was really happy with the lineup. I expected Byron to play over Schmidt. That first 25 minutes, 30 minutes, I thought Bristol City were brilliant. I thought they really stuck it on us. I thought you could really see the tenacity they were playing with. I mean, early doors, that first 5 minutes, there were balls going over the top in behind our defence, and they were really, really giving it some. And I was quite worried, to be fair. I hoped they'd run out of steam, and as the game wore on, they definitely did. I think we had to readjust and maybe change stuff slightly tactically to try and, wrestle the game back in our favour, because that first 25, 30 minutes, like I say, I thought Bristol City were really good. And as it proved throughout the game, they're very well organised. You can see why I think they've not lost in 10 at home. They're unbeaten this season at home. But yeah, overall, Leeds should have had enough quality to win that. I think Byron at left back, if I'm touching on players, I thought he played really well. I think he definitely doesn't offer you what Junior Firpo does down that left. But to be fair, when we did get forward and he got a few crosses into the box, and we had a couple of chances where we should have put them away, to be honest. But I just think Firpo's definitely one of his leaders, definitely one of his men, and we definitely had a lot missing going down that left hand side today. I thought Nonto didn't have the best game. He should have scored when Dan James pulled it back. He really should have put that one away. He just had to lift it. When defenders slide in the opposite direction and you're coming to the ball, I just needed to just lift it, and it's in goal. And you know what I mean, we're getting away with 3 points there, but it's a tough one to really talk about. I wanted to get some sort of review out just to keep on top of my content. But yeah, it's definitely 2 points dropped. I don't mind getting a point away from home, depending on how the performance is. I thought we controlled large parts of the game, but didn't really do much with it. We had a couple of chances that we really should have put away. Dan James won on one with keeper, and Nonto missing that chance that James created for him. We had a few where you think the biggest chances, but we didn't tear them apart today, even though we controlled it for large amounts. But I just feel at the minute Piro's dropped off. I definitely feel like Piro's dropped off. I feel like he forced his way into the starting lineup, and fair play to him. It's been a toss up between him and Joseph now, who's going to play up there, and I don't feel like Piro has done enough to keep hold of that shirt now. And I know Mateo Joseph weren't brilliant when he came on, but he offers so much more. And I know in hindsight it's easy to say now looking back, but I prefer Joseph to Piro anyway, and I do feel like the Piro experiment sort of like run its course now. I feel like he's better off a bench. To be honest with you, I think he's a miles better impact player. I think Joseph needs to start and run him ragged, try and tie that defence out, and then Piro can come on and if he gets that 1 or 2 chances, he's normally clinical and does put them away. But right now, it's just not working for him. That's 3 games now where he looks like he's struggling. With Piro, and I am a fan of his. I just feel like you can see early on in a Leeds game that Piro's not on it. He's not on it. I don't feel like if he starts slow, he grows into the game. I feel like if he starts slow, he doesn't tend to get into the game, and you've always got that chance of him that if the right chance presents itself, he will get you that goal. So hence why he's worth having on there. But I just feel like at the minute, maybe it's time to switch back to Joseph, because I don't think Joseph is doing much wrong to lose his place in his shirt in the first place, to be honest. I just feel like when Piro's coming off the bench and scoring almost every game like he was, there has to be that conversation there, and rightly so. And he took his chance at Sunderland, and then since that, the last couple of games, he's just flat to deceive for me. So he just needs to do more off football. If that chance isn't going to come to him, which it didn't tonight, and it didn't last game either. If it doesn't come to him, he needs to offer more. He needs to show more. So for me, yeah, I'd like to see Joseph start the next game against Plymouth. Obviously, a big one as well is Bogle picking up a yellow card. That's his 5th at season. That means he'll miss Plymouth game at home next week. I don't think it's a bad game to lose him in, and I fully expect Firpo to come back at left back and Byram just to switch back over and play at right back. So he'll be playing back-to-back games, I would imagine. Byram, one at left back, one at right back. And like we saw today, he can do a job. He's predominantly a right back anyway, who's made a decent career as a left back for the right footer. So I don't have no qualms with that. I just feel like when we haven't got Firpo and Bogle playing, you haven't got goals from everywhere. You know, I feel like this season, as opposed to last season when Archie Gray were at right back, we lacked so much down one side. Today, I sort of felt like that, although Byram did play well, and I think Byram's been a fantastic signing for us as a free. I think he's great and play multiple positions. But I just feel like with Firpo and Bogle, they offer very similar attributes going forward and create so much. You know, I expect both of them to get, plenty of assists this season. I thought Tanaka and Rothwell played well without being brilliant. I thought Tanaka were the better of the two. Rothwell always looking on the front foot, but I just feel like it was just a flat performance by everyone. I feel like the atmosphere at the stadium were very flat. 12:30 kickoff. You know, a lot of Bristol fans will have just had the breakfast and made the way to the game. All our fans, bless them, we were on stream last night on the Leeds Bros, and we had Sean on there from Wilco's Whites, and he went off to his first away game today, and they were getting a taxi at like 3:30 in the morning to the train station, I think it was, or to wherever they were getting a coach from. And bless him going out to see that 0-0. You know, I'm sure he still had a good time. He'll have buzzed off being at his first away game. But yeah, I just feel like at 12:30 kickoffs, moving it around for Sky, they just dictate everything, don't they, for money, and it sucked the atmosphere and the life out of that game. And we just never got really going. Either side really, they had the moments, but as a collective, it was just a snooze fest, and you could see it going that way quite early on. But yeah, I don't really know what else to touch on, really. It's 2 points dropped rather than one gained. But yeah, it's slowed momentum down a little bit, but we haven't been beat. And you can build on not losing. We didn't look troubled at the back, really. I thought Melier wasn't flappy. I thought Melier didn't have loads to do, but I think what he had to do, we did well. He caught a few balls. I do feel like corners, we may not look like we're going to score many corners in terms of like looking a threat all the time, but I feel like the delivery from Rothwell's far better than it has been, in a long time. I feel like Rodon, had the header over. So did Pascal. Nonto, they did a short corner. Nonto whipped a shot from outside area on left-hand side of the box and created a good save by keeper. So I feel like the delivery is getting better and the ideas are getting better. He's putting it in a better area. So I do think, believe it or not, we'll get a few goals from corners between now and end of the season. So that's a positive. But yeah, on the whole, when you don't play well and you get a win, or you don't play well and you're away from home and you get a draw, I don't think it's not to throw the baby out of the bathwater away. As I said on Joe's channel, I think I'll take a point and we'll move on to Plymouth. I don't envisage us getting anything less than 3 points against Plymouth, so it's 7 out of 9. I would set that. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It was a snooze fest, and I don't want to waffle on for the sake of waffling on. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'll just go to comments because my son's in on his mum's account. Hey up, Jack, you all right? And yeah, Nonto struggled this game. Yeah, he didn't have the best of games, mate, did he? He really didn't. I expect more from him just because he's a star player, isn't he? And like I said, today we're in and out game. He had moments, but he should have scored. And if he gets that goal and we win 1-0, we're all talking differently, aren't we? But yeah, I didn't think he had his best game, but a lot of them didn't have the best game. But we get a point and we move on. Like I say, you can't look great every game, and if you're gonna have a bad game, let it be away from home, come away with a draw, and move on to Plymouth. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Just want to let you guys know I'm going to have my first episode. It's going to be a pre-record. I'm going to put it out tonight about either 8 or 9. I'm not too sure yet. The first episode of Ups and Downs, and it's a show about mental health. I'm massive on mental health. I've had my struggles personally and overcome, and I still have battles and stuff. And I just want to I'm going to have a bit of a waffle on tonight about my own journey. Always talk about Leeds United as well, bringing that back into it. And yeah, hopefully I can get some guests on in the future, episode 2, 3, 4, and so on, and we can make it a bit of a regular thing, maybe once a fortnight, once a month, get someone on, talk about the journey, mental health, the battle through adversity, hopefully they're feeling better now, and if they're not, if they want to open up and talk about it, even off camera, it doesn't even have to be on camera, to be fair. If you want to message me, I'm all ears. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to putting that out. A bit nervous, but yeah, be kind. And then tomorrow I've got on at 7 o'clock. I'm going live tomorrow night with Wayne from Only Fools and SAFC is a Sunderland fan from that channel. That's going to be, I'm excited about that, just to talk about the battle at the top of the league. You know, Sunderland don't like they're going anywhere at the minute, looking very Ipswichy. So I've got him on tomorrow just to have a chat about how I feel Sunderland are going. And I'll obviously fill him in with all Leeds stuff. And I'm really looking forward to that, to be fair. And hopefully it can be a regular thing if Sunderland and Leeds maintain that sort of momentum towards top at league. I think that'll be a good thing. And then after that, I don't know if it's going to be 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on what time Joe does his final word. Don't want to stream same time as that, but there'll be the Final Pint episode 3 over on the Only Leeds Bros channel. So get involved on that. Pour yourself a pint and listen to us lot waffle on tomorrow night. It's a really good show. Everyone that's been involved has said it's a really good show. Hold on. Sean Healy's just jumped in. Just finished painting my house. That was more enjoyable than that crap. I'm jealous I weren't painting with you, Sean. I'd have much rather been painting your house, mate, than watching that tribe. But yeah, it's sometimes it just happens, doesn't it, mate? Sometimes these games you can't look brilliant all the time, and you know you take your medicine and you move on to the next. And you know we beat Plymouth, and it is what it is. I don't envisage just getting less than 3 points against Plymouth, and yeah, we'll take that. I won't take it today, but give it a few weeks with a couple more back-to-back wins, and yeah, it won't be a bad point. And then, like I say, pick up a point away from home, win your home games, which we tend to be doing now, and we'll be fine. And Only Leeds Bros, how boring was that, Matty? My man, yeah, very boring, bud. And we'll have. It might be more than the final pint tomorrow. It might be the final pints. There might have to be a few more to try and get through that, but we'll make good of it. Only joking. It was one of them games for us. Fuck it out, lad. Here he goes. Yeah, it's one of them, mate. You nail it there, mate. It's just one of them games. You can't look great every time, and it's the Championship. It's not one on paper, is it? Because if it were, we'd win 46 games out of 46, wouldn't we? But no, it were a tricky one. I just feel like the atmosphere were flat, and it just filtered onto the pitch, and it was just one of them, mate. But yeah, like I say, tune in tomorrow night, either 8 or 9. We'll put some out on the socials, myself and Only Leeds Bros, to get something on about the final pint. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. It's literally not much to talk about. It's a really hard review to do, but yeah, I feel like he did get it wrong with Pirro, but at the start of the game, I thought Pirro were fine. I wasn't too concerned, seeing him in the lineup. I really weren't, but as the game developed, you could see early on that sub should have come at half time for me, but for some reason he's reluctant to make subs too early. It's like he reverted back 5 or 6 weeks. You know what I mean? That we were very passive. And the subs were after 70 minutes, which is like he's going backwards. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. And Only Leeds Bros, I'm sure they'll be going live. So anyone watching, head over there and watch them two guys, and I'll do the same. But yeah, very flat. Good luck, guys, talking about that game. But at least it's 2 to bounce off. Pour yourself a drink. Get involved. And everyone have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. See y'all later.